Hello everybody, Max Monty 1516 here, back again with another Countdown to Christmas review. So today we're going to be taking a look at both models of Toad the Brakevan. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Up first is the old style edition of Toad, and my version is from 2001. Now this Toad was first introduced in 1998, and actually for a couple of years he actually had the wrong magnet polarity. Toad is meant to face backwards, and for the first few years of his run, he faced the wrong way, where his face would be facing forwards like all the rest of the engines, and that wasn't correct. So finally, around the year 2000, they did fix that, and mine is the 2001 version, again, as you can see right there. So this version of Toad is pretty simplistic, and unfortunately mine's not in the greatest condition, but I did get this in a lot secondhand. I'd never really planned on buying this model, especially when I have the newer version already. But this is the older model of Toad here, so there's a look at the face. It's pretty simplistic. I do like it. It looks pretty accurate. And then, of course, Toad has all of like the wood paneling detail, his Great Western information there, 16 tons. That's on the actual basis as well. Toad's a 16-ton Brakevan. Then also on the side here, what I believe is meant to represent a lamp. And then on the other side, Toad has the exact same detailing. So again, nothing's really different here. Again, it really shouldn't be. So I don't know why I'm pointing that out. But anyway, Toad is just a very simplistic build in general. He's mostly like a complete square, and then right here, his roof actually just has like this little open area. There's a couple of poles holding that up, and this is where the guard would be, like standing guard, I guess. But also just like if you were to look out the back of the Brakevan, you'd see that right there. And yeah, this Toad is again very simplistic. Not too much to say. Toad is just a very simplistic designed character. I do like him quite a lot actually. But yeah, this model of Toad, again, was sold up from 1998 and all the way up to 2002. And I don't know why they discontinued Toad so early, but they did for some reason. And yeah, so anyway, again, this model of Toad is very easy to find. I think they both are pretty easy to find, but you're more likely to find this model for cheaper, or at least that's what I can gather from what I've seen. But yeah, again, I don't really want to ramble on too long, so let's go ahead and move on to the second model of Toad. So here is the second model of Toad, and this model was released first in 2006. Now, this Toad was released in a special lineup of products for 2006, all like branded under limited edition. And basically you had Toad alongside Oliver and Scruffy. And these three were basically meant to be sold as limited edition reintroductions because they were characters that Learning Curve hadn't sold for a while. When then they came back in 2006 with these upgraded looks and designs. And then, right before you know it, they're gone again. So, yeah. Although you could find them, like, around 2007 as well, if stock didn't run out or if they had extras. And even up until 2011, when Tomy was getting rid of their excess stock, they did have a few extra Toads as well. So, Toad actually had a pretty decent shelf life. And then, again, looking on the side here, the details are very similar. And then again, like, these two Toad models are only 5 years apart, so there's not going to be too many differences. Although comparing the faces, I think the 2006 one definitely takes the cake here. It actually does have painted eyes and a painted mouth. You can even see his like tongue in there. He's really happy. I love this Toad face. It looks really nice and also very accurate again. And then of course on the side here, Toad once again has his lamp and Great Western information there. 16 tons, and then of course just all the wood paneling and handrails and all that. Nothing on the back there, and then again there was nothing on the back of this model either. That is a really bad scratch. But anyway, basically just the same thing on this side of the model as well. And Toad has the exact same build. Again, there's not too much else to comment on here. It's just that Toad's got the poles that hold up the rest of the roof there. But again, I do like Toad's design. I mean, he translates very well into Wooden Railway, I think. Now, you're probably wondering what this is if you don't already know. Now, Toad is a Brakevan. And I'm assuming you guys know what a Brakevan is watching this, but for anyone who doesn't, a Brakevan goes at the end of the train to basically stop like a train if it were to run away or just get out of control. Now this Toad actually does have a braking function. Now if you were to move this little plastic piece here, it just kind of slides back and forth. But if you were to slide it up here, it acts as a wedge, and Toad's wheel now doesn't move because it's being held in by this other piece of plastic here. And this is a really, really unique design. As you can see there's like that little groove that will hold that plastic piece in. But again, I can just move that back. His wheel will roll as normal. Or if I were to move it forward here, Toad will stop, and he isn't going to roll. You can clearly see that first wheel there. That's not rolling. And I think that is a really fun and unique idea that I kind of wish carried over to other brake vans or cabooses in the range. That would have been just a really nice function in general. But I do love how Toad has this. It's a very unique feature. Again, I really like that. That's definitely one of the biggest selling points of this model and why I like it so much. And it also just adds like a unique look to Toad here, because like, you know, this thing you kind of draws your attention. It looks a lot more like eye-grabbing, I guess you could say, than the other model there. But anyway, again, that's pretty much it for Toad. I mean, I really don't have too much to say, but that was a pretty in-depth look at both models there. And again, I'll just show their sides once again. And yeah, that is pretty much it for Toad. So again, thank you all for watching and have a great day. Max Monty 1516 signing out.